Right now it's 6. Meet the man who wants to lead Wisconsin Democrats.
Plus the road work that could have you leaving for work early for 4 months.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
The fate of 48-year-old Donald Dahlberg is still in the hands of a jury.
He's accused of shooting Floyd Burdick in the head inside a car. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live on Verdict Watch in Mauston. Grace.
Right now, jury deliberation is still underway here at the Juneau County Courthouse. Donald Dahlberg is facing 15 felony charges for the murder of Floyd Burdick. This includes first-degree intentional homicide, hiding a corpse, and arson. The defense and prosecution gave their closing statements this morning, and deliberation began around 12:30. The jury hasn't reached a verdict. The judge is expected to meet with jurors at 7 for an update. If jurors are close to a verdict, it's likely the deliberation will continue tonight. If not, they'll be dismissed and returned tomorrow morning. In Mauston, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. A La Crosse Democrat wants to be the state party's next leader. William Garcia announced today he's running to be the chair of Wisconsin Democrats. Garcia leads the 3rd Congressional District Democrats of Wisconsin and co-chairs the La Crosse County Democratic Party.
We're standing in front of the Social Security Administration here. And one of the things I want to do is I want to persist protecting the foundational freedoms and safeguards that we have built in our democracy, like Social Security.
The current chair, Ben Wickler, revealed last week that he wasn't seeking re-election. Eau Claire City Council President Emily Berge is running for Congress in Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District. Berge, a Democrat, is the 2nd candidate to file. Rebecca Cook, also from Eau Claire, announced her campaign in March. Berge has been on the Eau Claire City Council since 2018 and its president since 2023.
In Osseo, US 10 is closed between County Road K and Rose Lane. Drivers will be detoured onto State Route 121 and County Highway H. Crews are replacing utilities and repairing the Buffalo River Bridge. That road work lasts through September. And a burn ban is in effect for the town of Bergen and village of Stoddard in Vernon County. The Stoddard-Bergen Fire Department issued the ban as the current fire danger level has reached very high. All outdoor burning is prohibited, including burn piles, burn barrels, and campfires outside of developed camping areas. Fireworks are also banned, and charcoal grills may only be used near residential dwellings on non-combustible surfaces. The ban will remain in place until conditions significantly improve.
And you might be questioning why the burn ban is with the precipitation that we had lately, but it's really because of the dead fuels or just dormant fuels. We haven't had the green up yet. It takes another about 2 more weeks till we start seeing more of that long grass begin to green up and some of the trees too. So that does mean it can burn, even when relative humidity isn't quite as low as you would have thought. Otherwise today, a lot of cloud cover here and there. You can see overall both pictures there. Cloud cover's coming back in, that low clouds. We've got up to the upper 40s to low 50s. Big picture shows there are more precipitation showers coming into the focus. Some disturbances are rotating around a low well to the north. That will be coming into play here this evening and overnight. It'll take a few more hours, but we will see more of that activity out west head our direction. Bigger picture shows that low is rotating just in southern Canada, but all that moisture is rotating around. So we'll see kind of 2 areas, one to the west there and one further to the north. And we kind of time it out. You'll see what I'm talking about, that area to the south of I-90 pushing to southwest Wisconsin. And then the activity further north that's going to kind of sink south overall tonight, like 9 to 10 for Eau Claire, and maybe across later on tonight. And yes, some of the area up there could see a transition to some snow later on tonight. Not expecting any accumulation, but it will be kind of damp up in those areas. Otherwise, if you look at temperatures, we're going to get back down into the 30s here, and we go throughout the next several days. We're going to mild back up to the 60s, but we do have stormy conditions on Thursday. So a little breezy tomorrow, but it is going to start improving here by Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Well, Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota touring the Mayo Clinic's expansion project in Rochester. Walz and fellow lawmakers walked the demolition site of the former Osmond East complex. Mayo Clinic is building a patient care facility on the site. It's the first of 2 new clinics planned as part of the health system's Bold Forward Unbound expansion project. The governor says it's good to see the long-awaited campus come to life after the state invested $5 billion 12 years ago. Walz is hopeful the money will help make Rochester a premier medical destination.
We're getting the payback in terms of improving people's lives that is pretty profound. So it's a very Minnesota thing. It takes some courage and some risk, and the legislators here put that money up with Destination Medical Center. They continue to focus on training and the jobs that are necessary.
Officials say it's expected to create jobs in the construction industry over the next several years, while also increasing healthcare job opportunities when work is done in 2030.
Wisconsin Democrats are proposing an election bribery bill. It comes after Elon Musk's $1 million giveaway to voters here. Under the bill, it would be illegal for political donors to ask voters to sign an election-related petition. The proposal also applies to nomination papers or a recall petition. The NFL draft in Green Bay will feature plenty of food trucks. 4 trucks will be inside the draft zone. Outside the zone, restaurants will be putting trucks in their parking lots. Fans can feast on everything from burgers, brats, Italian, and Caribbean cuisine.
Her name is Nicole Krigo. Coming up, find out what makes her not just a teacher, but a top-notch teacher.
Plus, herstory is made. Katy Perry, Gayle King, and 4 other women go to space. More on their Blue Origin flight coming up.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
From the creators of bacon. Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Top Notch Teacher is sponsored by Viterbo University and Dahl Honda.
Planting the seeds of learning is at the heart of 4K education, introducing young minds to what's possible in a creative way. And it's something our next top-notch teacher excels at.
All right, Everett, let's go.
16 years of dedication to 4K kids at LaGrange Elementary. It's a job that for Nicole Krigo,
not too fast, Robbie,
never gets old.
They just have so much curiosity and a passion for learning.
From the classroom to the playground, Krigo's job is to keep that curiosity and passion alive.
Feet apart. I'm always trying to learn more and learn ways that students can get information in new ways.
And it's the way she does it that inspired her colleagues to nominate her.
I was a past kindergarten teacher, and I'm just amazed at the things that she teaches.
Each day, Krigo sets up 4 different learning stations. One that she leads, one using technology, another scripted for paraprofessionals to use, and one engineering station to let students be hands-on. It's a lot to set up.
When she talks about being up here late at night or on Sundays, it's because she's doing these fabulous lessons, and every day it's a new lesson.
I try not to put in a lot of time on the weekends, but it always ends up being that way.
But it's all in service of making every day in school a fun, memorable experience.
It's a thankless job, but people that are truly dedicated, they go that extra mile, and she goes the extra mile.
We, all have the same goal and mission in mind, and that's just high quality student learning, every child, every day, and I feel like we do that.
Goodbye, friends.
And if you've got a teacher you believe does top-notch work, just head over to our Features tab on news8000.com and fill out our top-notch teacher nomination form. Blue Origin launched its star-studded crew into space. We've got the pictures and images, but first,
we got better conditions for Tuesday, but even better as we go into Wednesday. Mild conditions, the 60s will return too. I'll break it all down for you, and when we'll see the next shower and thunderstorm chance coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Ah, it's deer season.
Already? Nice knowing you. We gotta hide.
No, not that deer season. Deer season. It's that time of year when you can get $3,000 off at an authorized John Deere dealer.
A deer season that saves bucks?
That's right.
It's deer season, now through June 2nd.
Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
It's our lowest prices of the season, in-store and online at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop the season's best values on supplies to make projects your own. In our Tire and Auto Service Center, select tires or buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. Plus, get an extra $25 reward savings on 4 Cooper or Goodyear tires. Just ask an associate for details and learn about our best tire price promise. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us Days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Do you ever wish your home had the comfort and ambiance of a fireplace? You're not alone. The good news, adding one is easier than you think. At La Crosse Fireplace Company, we'll help you design the perfect heat and glow fireplace for your home, customized to fit your style and space. And in just a few days, you'll be enjoying the warmth from a heat and glow fireplace. Don't wait to make your home complete. Visit La Crosse Fireplace Company today because your place is by the fire.
For 20 years, Knutson Roofing has been protecting homes with expert craftsmanship and quality service. Locally owned and trusted, we bring experience you can count on and results that last. Need a new roof? Call 715-ROOFING today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
CBS Morning's Gayle King has been to space and back.
She was part of the first all-female crew aboard Blue Origin's new Shepard rocket. Karen Waugh shows us the spectacular view.
1, 2, 3, take us space!
This was the view inside Blue Origin's space capsule when an all-female crew took flight Monday morning. It was the journey of a lifetime for this lucky half dozen, including CBS Morning's co-host Gayle King and singer Katy Perry. Journalist and pilot Lauren Sanchez organized the group after pitching the all-women flight to fiancé and Amazon and Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos.
I can't wait to hear how it's changed you.
Gayle's emotions were written on her face as she rang the bell heading into the capsule. But the self-admitted nervous flyer surprised herself.
I can't stress enough, guys, how terrified I was. But it was so calming to me
and it was so peaceful.
They are floating, they are weightless.
The 10-minute flight allowed this crew to collect data for future flights and gain a new perspective on Earth.
Just protect this planet we're on. I mean, this is the only one we've got.
The crew also included a film producer, a former NASA engineer, and a scientist who advocates for survivors of sexual violence like herself. That's Amanda Wynn, who made this flight a healing experience with a very personal zero-gravity indicator.
I ended up bringing it and floating it, and it's the hospital band from the day.
And Katy Perry did sing in space, choosing a little bit of What a Wonderful World.
I didn't pick one of my songs because, again, it's not about me. It's about the collective, and it's about the view that we get to see, that we're humbled by, and how wonderful our world is.
The women say they hope their moment in space will inspire others to dream big. Karen Hua, CBS News, Van Horn, Texas.
Well,
and certainly something they're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
I'm glad everything worked out so well for them.
Absolutely. Well, in the meantime, kind of a chillier start to the week.
Yeah.
Not quite too far from April conditions, but you could feel it, Greg.
Yeah, it's kind of this typical April that we go back and forth a little bit with temperatures here. The good news is we go further in the month, that going backwards on temperatures is not that bad, so it doesn't last as long. But still, we have that cold air coming behind the system and that northwest flow. We get to kind of the showery weather that continues. We're going to have another round of that tonight. That could be rain or snow depending on location. Not expecting any accumulation, and it's going to wrap up before the morning commute. Tomorrow, less wind, still breezy, but not as breezy or windy as we had today. Still continue below average temperatures. Looks like we'll reach average or go a little bit above Wednesday with some sunshine Wednesday. That's probably going to be the best day of the week. We won't have to contend with any precipitation that day either. But overall for this evening, two areas, one south of I-90 and another area up to the north. That's kind of sinking south. This area is going to kind of push east. Both going to give a little bit of shower activity for some areas. Eau Claire will probably see that in maybe about another hour, hour and a half or so. It'll begin to sink south. We'll see more of that through I-94 through 10, 11 p.m. Just light precipitation, not expecting a lot, but you see there's a changeover as you go further north into Rusk County. Might actually see a little bit of light snow then after 10:30. That'll continue for maybe about an hour for Rusk County. They'll be done with it. Well, Eau Claire probably about 2 a.m.-ish, and then further south, probably by about 3 or 4, it'll start to push east. Now, if you're west of the river, you're likely not to see a lot of activity. East, probably more, but overall just light precipitation. But overall, it will wrap up before the morning commute. Tomorrow's winds more probably in that 15 to 20 instead of the 20 to 30 that we had today. Gusts more in the 30s, so breezy, but not quite as bad. But still, it won't make it feel that very comfortable out there with temperatures still in the mid 50s. That's about a couple degrees below average for this time of year. It does get better as we go on Wednesday. The winds turn around from the south-southeast. They're still fairly light. More sun in the morning. We'll have more clouds in the afternoon, but still, everyone should at least get close to 60 or above. It's a few degrees above average. Then Thursday gets a little more complicated because we'll have clouds, showers, and storms coming into focus probably later in the day. So some areas might get to 70. Depends on how cloud cover plays out. Other areas will be just in the 60s. It'll be the warmest day probably of the week. That shower chance comes in probably in the Thursday afternoon time frame, a little bit of activity here in the morning, but then you start to see development probably from Minnesota down to central Iowa as it begins to lift northeast. That thunderstorm activity will persist, but I think it'll turn more into general light rain as we go later in the evening. This will kind of push through, and then Friday, as this whole thing begins to sink south, we might see another development around it, so we might have more rain coming in Friday afternoon and Friday night. We'll see. There's kind of an interesting situation with this. It might actually sink further south and we won't see as much rain on Friday, but we'll still be under the impacts of that. Now for severe weather, most of that indication is further southwest right now. For Thursday, we'll keep an eye, but right now it looks to stay that way. Friday, when it sinks further south, it's more towards northern Illinois, towards Chicago. So don't think it will see it, but we'll keep an eye if things change. We will get another soaking, probably another quarter to a half inch. Maybe more if you get a thunderstorm that hits your area. Otherwise, dry conditions for the weekend, and then we're going to see the next chance of rain come Sunday night into Monday, which could be another good soaking rain too. So overall, it's what you would expect for the middle of April, kind of swinging back and forth a little bit with temperatures and some wind, but nothing too bad.
All right, I guess we'll be okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Not too bad.
It's still the middle of April. You know.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, previewing the postseason. The NBA first round begins later this week. We got thoughts from Doc and Rudy Gobert on what's to come as the chase for the Larry O'Brien Trophy gets underway. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Who doesn't like s'more? S'more fluffy marshmallows? S'more chocolate with that graham cracker? S'more savings in your Ultra Youth account. Open a new youth account through the end of April, get a $25 match, and a chance to win the Save S'more grand prize. Save S'more with Ultra this April for Youth Month.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Did you know that in 2024, about half of fake prescription pills contained enough illicit fentanyl to kill someone?
Did you know these lethal pills are still circulating in our communities? Teens are buying what they think is
oxycodone,
Percocet,
Adderall, or Xanax
from social media platforms and other e-com sites.
These pills can be laced with a lethal amount of fentanyl.
Never take a pill from a friend or family member, even if they tell you it's safe.
Never ever take a pill unless it comes from a licensed pharmacy.
During Youth Month in April, you'll get S'more at Ultra. S'more ways to save, S'more money in your youth account, S'more reasons to celebrate. Open a new youth account and we'll match your $25 deposit. Plus, you'll be entered to win the grand prize. Hurry, this chance to save S'more with Ultra ends April 30th.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, we are still very early in the conference baseball season, but you never know when you'll need an MVC win, especially with how things were so tight in the football and boys basketball seasons. Firstly, game of the season for Central and our first look at 2024 state participants. Logan, first inning for the Rangers, runner on third. Jude Alvarado decides to throw down. Ball hits Tommy Check, and the freshman scampers home to plate the first run of the game. Top two away side threatening with 2 outs. Charlie Buxton chops one into the ground, but a funky bounce on Owen Check, and Eric Ramsier scores. So we are tied until this. Jesse Likey takes a big hack at the high fastball, gives it a ride, and it clears the fence. Home run for the sophomore. Things still going in this one. Logan leads in the 5th. We'll have a final for you later at 10. Well, a win back on Friday locked in a 5 seed for the Bucks, finishing the regular season with a record of 48-34, and that sets up a chance of some revenge as Milwaukee will take on the team that knocked them out of the playoffs a season ago, the Pacers. One major difference this time around compared to last season, though, is that the Bucks will have Giannis, who missed the entire series due to injury. Doc Rivers is encouraged by the team winning their last 8 games, but is more pleased with the mindset of his guys going into the postseason.
I love winning going into the playoffs, but it doesn't. The break kind of ends that anyway. But I do think we have great confidence in each other. Our guys, they like what we're doing. We have a lot of confidence, and I think that's the key going into the playoffs.
Tip-off is set for noon local time on ESPN. Still no word on if Damian Lillard will be good to go or not in the series or beyond. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves just barely did enough to avoid the NBA play-in in the Western Conference thanks to their win yesterday over the Jazz. Minnesota finishing with a regular season record of 49-33, but won 17 of their last 21 to buy themselves some extra time to prepare and rest their bodies. T-Wolves will be taking on the Lakers, who they split the regular season series with 2-2. Minnesota big man Rudy Gobert noting the importance of bypassing the play-in, but also realizing that this is only a stepping stone toward the end goal.
I mean, it's a great step towards the goal that we fixed at the beginning of the season, which is to get a chance to win the championship. And obviously getting into the playoff, not being in the play-in, sets us up for a great opportunity to do that.
And tip-off for that one is the primetime slot at 7:30. They'll jump it up from the City of Angels. Minnesota lost in the Western Conference Finals last year. So going to be a tough task for the T-Wolves against Luka and LeBron. Yeah. So we'll see how that one kind of goes. But you never know. That's why you play them.
Well, that spoke to how tight the playoff race was in the Western Conference. I mean, 1 or 2 games and T-Wolves were almost a 1 seed at one point.
Very close, very close. Giannis also back-to-back Eastern Conference Player of the Week this past week. So Bucks are feeling good. He's feeling good, hopefully. So hopefully they can get some revenge on the Pacers.
Absolutely. They've been our kryptonite in the playoffs, man. Fingers crossed.
Thanks,
okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
Give your business the dumpster service it deserves for 15% less than you're paying now with Big Hook. Big Hook offers daily, weekly, or monthly pickups with professional drivers and 24-hour emergency service to our La Crosse County customers. New commercial accounts lock in a 15% savings, plus be one of the first 100 to sign up and get free delivery, setup, and a $50 gift card. This is a limited time offer. Save more with service you can trust. Contact Big Hook today.
All right, tonight we still got showers. Could be rain or snow. Most of that will wrap up before the morning commute. Don't expect any accumulation. The good news on Tuesday is it will be less windy. Still not quite the average. The best day probably going to be Wednesday before storms come back in on Thursday.
All right. Well, April showers, right?
Yeah, bring May flowers, right?
Look at y'all too, out of control. All right, thank you for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at
We'll see you at 10. Yeah.